Hey, everyone. Good evening, everyone in the side chat. Okay, let me get this thing here off. There we go. And close that down. So, did it work good this time?
Sounded good at my end.
So, how'd it sound out there, guys? Did it come across working okay, or was it too much staticky or whatever? All righty, let's get some seagulls out here. Okay, first one in was my evil twin, then Kyle, and Grumpy's Gaming, Die Bullfrog, Lori Jean, Michael 58, and
got RG Homestead and Blue Healer also in here. Second Star Survival.
Scan Family, Ryan 84. Okay, RG Homestead. Yeah, okay, we got everybody. All right, if we missed anybody, we're sorry. We're going to be going along here. All right, this is going to be a little interactive. So, guys, I want you to start thinking of your 5 most important books you have in your library. Okay. All right. If you got to do 6 or 7 that you think you just can't do without the others, fine. But I want at least 5 from everybody to type them out. You know, you guys got a few minutes. Go ahead and just type out your 5 favorite books or most important books in your library.
And that also can include the books that you don't currently have, but you plan on acquiring soon.
Yeah, those are going to be, I got to get this one. It's very important. Now, first one already in here was, okay, we got Dangerous Freedom said Lee Reloading Guide, and then Michael 58 said the Bible. So there's one with you, Dave. Yep. Okay, so.
One real quick question. How does our audio sound? Do we sound okay? Especially me, because I'm trying something different. And I want to make sure it sounds okay out there. So let me know. My volume is much lower.
Or I'm too loud.
How's that? Is that any better? Hello?
That's definitely louder. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably just talking loud because I'm all excited.
Yeah, problem is my mic gain's too high, so I'll turn that down and turn this up.
Okay.
That way it doesn't blow everybody's eardrums out.
Well, they said better when you had it louder there, so that sounds good. All right, before we jump into this, while you guys are all thinking of what your favorite ones are, I got Zero Homestead. I got something to show you guys here. If you saw my earlier video on the 7.7 earthquake, well, this, let me go over the right page here. There we go. This blue dot here, that's the 7.7. And now we are up to over 55 aftershocks. And it's like the whole plate here went and turned either clockwise or counterclockwise, not sure which, because after that, we started getting aftershocks there. Then we got a bunch down here on Puerto Rico, and then one a 4 point. What's that one? That's a 4.8 down in Venezuela. So this thing's been bouncing around here. You know, Puerto Rico's been having 3.1s. If I can zoom in, maybe I'll just zoom in on it a little bit here. Oops, went the wrong way. Too much zoom. There we go. All right, so Puerto Rico has a bunch there. 3.1, 3.3, 3.4, 3.1, another one hidden back under there. But yeah, and then these popped up over here. If they're red, they were within the last hour of now. 3.2, 3.5, 3.2, 2.7. That one's dropping down. But this fault line here is really this is the same, a little while ago, Puerto Rico had an earthquake. It's all because this one fault, the Caribbean plate is shifting, and it's not an up and down motion. It's a side to side motion. So you got the two plates going and rubbing. All right. So you had your,
yes, Dangerous Freedom. They did.
Yep. And so yeah, 4.3. Just had a 4.3 out here. This little island right here is. Let me zoom in on that one so I can again figure out exactly. That's the Grand Cayman. So yeah. So that's just what's going on out there, guys. The Earth is shaking. Hi, Titan. The Earth is shaking and moving and dancing. So this is our first 7.1 of the year. I mean 7.0 or greater earthquake, and it was a 7.7. So yeah. So
if you missed it, Howie, we said hello.
Yeah. And just so everyone gets a look, these red lines, these are the major fault lines around the world.
I have a tin hat theory why that's moving. It's afraid another asteroid's going to come and hit it, so it's trying to get the heck out of the way.
Yeah. So the orange dots are within the last I think those are within the last let's see what's the date on that one. 20. All right, that's the last 24 hours. So these are all ones within the last 24 hours, folks. One down here by Japan, one up in Japan. This one up here has more recently, but yeah, see, they're all over the place. We're getting earthquakes, guys. So, and there's a lot of these are fives, and like here's a 5.1.
Springfield and Kathy, hello, guys.
5.4 or 5.1. Trying hard to see there. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of activity going on right now. So Iceland's calm, so I'm not worried. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, this one was felt upwards into Florida. There, you haven't checked out the video, go check it out. We're done with this for now.
Miami actually evacuated several buildings due to it because they figured there was a tsunami coming.
And several of the buildings were evacuated because what was weird there is that earthquakes it's not an even flow of energy going out there. It changes up just down just a hair, and as it goes in spots and stuff. One area you can be standing there and not feeling anything, and a quarter mile away someone could get knocked on their behind. And it all depends on the soil structure and substructure. If it's really sandy and stuff, it's going to shake more than it is solid rock.
All right. Good evening, Modern Refugee, Heaven's Essentials, and anybody else we've missed.
Stringfield Ridge Farm.
Yeah, hi to them. You weren't.
You already said hi to them. Yeah, okay, I was talking. Okay. So, and Kathy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so, global warming is normal. Nothing's changed in 3 billion years. Exactly. Actually, it's not global warming. It's global climate change. It goes up. Cyclical. It goes down. It goes round and round, just like the Earth orbits. Okay, so back to our libraries and what we have in our libraries. So basically, I guess, do you want me to start it off, Dave, or do you want to start it off?
Be my guest.
Okay, so probably the most important book that I've read a lot is this one here by Les Stroud. Okay. It is packed full of information, photos. And what I like about this is when he makes a boo-boo-goo, he puts it in here and say, I screwed up. Don't do what I did. Learn from my mistake. I mean, some of these other guys, they never make mistakes. They're perfect. And I'd rather trust the guy that says, hey, I made a mistake. This is what I learned from it. I hope you learn from it too.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is similar. I don't have my best one here. Hey, I have my, I don't have my best one here because it's still in California. But this is one of the ones here, a Dutch oven cookbook. Uncle Al sent me this one. Very good. I've been reading through it and just waiting for it to warm up a little bit. Let me go over here on this other side here. I'm going to throw this back up. I have this one here, the Ultimate Survival Medicine Guide. I have that one on my Kindle. I also have it on my wife's Kindle, my son's Kindle, my 2 backup Kindles, one of which goes in a EMP bag to protect it. I'm going to be getting one of these here shortly, the 3rd edition.
One in the middle. I'm getting that on the bird.
Yeah. And then the other one here I'm looking at getting is their the survival medicine one and the I'm planning to get most of these books here. Then
Gil, before you order this one, everything that's in this
is in the big one.
Is in this one, and this one's twice as thick.
Right. Okay.
So if you're gonna pick up another book, I would definitely pick up Alton's Antibiotics, Infectious Disease.
Yeah.
That one purchase.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Then my other favorite book. All right. Those cover all the non-fiction ones. I have a fiction series of books. Let's see if I get it here. So it's got the glare off it, by Jerry Ahern, called the Survivalist series. Jerry Ahern was a prolific fact writer. He wrote, he reviewed guns, weapons, and everything else. He wrote several nonfiction books. And when he started writing fiction, he started putting the nonfiction into the fiction. So basically, when the characters explain how to do something, it's really explaining how it's that way, why he chose this over that, and different things. So this is actually was a very good learning tool. It's Jerry Ahern, The Survivalist. The first book is called Total War.
Hey, Gil.
Yeah.
You're going to have to write an apology note to the Mrs. Ontario Homestead because he's supposed to be working and you done pulled him into a rabbit hole.
It's not a rabbit hole. It's just good books and stuff. Now, if I started going into the alien abduction books, then I call that a rabbit hole. But Jerry Ahern writes some good stuff. In fact, one of Jerry Ahern's books. Let me drop this off for a second, and I'll pull up here. I'm actually giving one of his books away in the Watch Hour contest I'm doing, and that one. Pull it up here.
Behave, Lori. Behave.
Is this one here? Survive Disaster Crisis Emergency Handbook. So I'm giving away the paperback version of this, also by Jerry Ahern. So I got another one of these at home in California that my wife is supposed to be bringing to me up here, but my son's been reading it. So if my son is reading it, he can keep reading it.
Stringfield, you ain't old enough to be reading a book like that. You ain't old. You got a long way to go.
Yeah. But yeah.
You youngins yet.
Now, as far as other information in my library, I got a lot of it on soft copies. Yeah, everyone says get hard copies, get hard copies. Hard copies are good, but
thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy. If it's going to cost you a bunch of money to get it in hard copy, or you can get it soft copy for free. It looks like Will's trying to come in.
Everybody duck.
There's Will. So the book, some of the stuff I get in soft copy, I'm giving out there for everybody to get for free. And let me bring it up here. So if you go to the Asset Center website, that's theassetcenter.com. No spaces in there. And you go over here where it says free documents, right here, free documents. Everything in here is free to download on everything. For like, if you're in California, I got stuff on the Delta hazard, got communications, earthquake information, emergency kits, fire protection response, flooding, food storage, household hazmat, personal safety,
Hello, Urban.
planning for emergencies, water storage. So I got all these documents here. Some of them have quite a few documents in there, and some have PowerPoints and other stuff. It's all free for you guys to download. Add it to your libraries. I got a section here on emergency preparedness fair handouts from which has a lot of stuff on EMP. It's a PowerPoint. Got how to plan for emergencies. You know, spreadsheets and stuff there. You can all download all this stuff, all for free. So get back over here.
It's not 7:30 yet. What time did you start?
7 o'clock. I always start at 7. You start at 7:30. I start at 7. And
Sure, I thought I was going to be on time.
yeah.
Well,
So those
Kathy, a lot of people are taking the extra precaution to make sure that they have some sort of hard drive or USB drive available. You know, I don't have, yeah. If you got a solar powered, power bank, then you can keep your phone charged and be able to access those documents. That's what a lot of people are doing. That's why, myself, Gil, and many others have suggested getting a digital copy and storing it inside, if nothing else, on a, I got them right here, little teeny cards. Store several of them, keep them inside a bag. That way they're there when you need them. And if you never need them, it's awesome.
Yeah. And like I got several of these 2 terabyte drives that I store. I back my computer up on them, and I also store all the books and everything else on it as well.
Yes, Ontario, you're correct. It's simple.
I seem to always be late anymore, Kyle.
Yeah. So there's storing your information is important. Let's see, pull up the other one here. All right, I'm going to pull something up, but I'm going to let Dave go ahead and tell him about your 6 most important books you have in your library.
Oh, me? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the first one, considering when poop hits the fan, guess what? There's going to be a lot of this going around. Stress. So having a stress informational book, it's not very thick, but if you've read it, you can disseminate it among other people, and they'll be able to help others as well, because that's going to be a big issue, is stress. Even the most hardened veterans, if poop hits the fan in a bad way, they're going to be stressed for a minute. It's normal. It's not to freak out over. It's not we got to get rid of them. No, it happens to everybody. The next one, so I got a different one. The U.S. Army Survival Plan book. Got that one because, I just like the Army, and so there's that. I got to find a place to put all this stuff. Next, herbal medicine. Just in case, this has got all kinds of remedies in it. This one, I used to consider my second most important book, but this one has been replaced with this one. It's not even autographed.
Ooh, I'm jealous.
I'm special. I rode the short bus. Now, considering a lot of people aren't going to be familiar with combat, this way you can help people learn how to do important tasks during combat situations. And last but not least, the most important book for me at least, is the Bible. And that actually sits right here at my desk, homemade sound station, that way I can reach it. And I also have a Jewish annotated one that's got Hebrew as well as the New Testament.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. All right. There is one I forgot to show you guys because it's in soft copy here. Let me find it here real quick here.
Michael, is my volume still low? Did it come up any? Let me know.
All right, so let's see. This is what I get here to show here. Hang on a second.
And thank you for posting links, Kathy.
Okay. All right, so I got soft copies. Where'd it go? Just moved it on me here. Sorry, guys. Trying to move it over and I closed it by accident. So I got it. There, it's starting to open up here.
No Dangerous. I actually honestly think, and I don't currently have one, but I am looking to pick one up in digital copy. That way I can store it. But yeah, copy the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence. Those, every one of us should have at least one copy of that with us.
So I have also soft copy there in PDF format. It's also backed up on my drives as well. Yeah, I got like it go. You know, if I get on the right page, there we go. Click Mark, it goes straight to the Gospel of Mark. Go to Romans, goes straight to Romans. So soft copy does have its advantages for getting to things quickly. So, but this is what this is called, a Faraday bag, EMP bag, and when it's sealed, it is absolutely 100% EMP proof, even for the high-powered ones. And this is what I store my backup Kindles and my backup hard drives in. So, yeah, this is from powerportablesolar.com. All right, and drop that down. We can go and I can get rid of that. Okay.
All right, is my volume any better now?
Your volume's fine.
Oh, well, I'm asking the people out there because they said it was a little low.
A little low.
Yeah.
Low? How low can you go?
Ontario?
Questions we don't want true answers to, please.
Yeah, okay. But there is good stuff in there in case you guys have to reorganize your own government after a Kawaki event. Of course, then there's also things I think we should borrow from Britain as far as Parliament goes, where the third party can get up and walk across the aisle if the other party's acting bad.
All right. This book is by Diane Danson Bachman, PhD. I'll turn it around so people can read it.
That's a good book.
It's old.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind finding a new, more updated version of it, but I'm content with having this one here. Hopefully everybody's seen it long enough to get it.
Yeah.
Is that for everybody's or just my scan? Because I can attempt to turn mine up a little bit more. I don't want to go too loud.
Yeah. Is it just Dave, or is it the rest of us too that are low? I think we all hate 75% of our political system. Hey, Howie. Okay. Did I put it in here? No, it's got to be. I know where it is. It's under Matthew.
Well, maybe I'll just have to speak up a little bit louder, and that way they can hear me better.
You are kind of low, Dave.
Well, I'm talking low. I got a sleeping kid and I got neighbors.
That's probably why you're probably talking in a low voice.
All right.
Yeah, I could talk lower.
Yeah, for those of you that don't have any experience in construction, electrical, plumbing stuff. This is the book I got. My mom got me when I was just a wee little lad, and I still have the copy of it. Unfortunately, it's in California. My youngest son, who's 20, is going through it because he's doing a lot of that stuff in his job, and he's doesn't want to seem stupid and asking people. He wants to have the information on hand.
I have something like that. Mine's the blue one. It's kind of old. It's like 30 or 40 years old.
This one's like I said, when I was a wee lad. So I think I was about 10 years old. So makes it 50 years old when I got the first copy of it. All right. So Will.
I have the SAS book. Anybody else got that one? I just got it not very long ago. I've heard so much about it. I don't have it with me, but I have it. Most of my books I get audio because that way I can just plug them in and kick back.
Yeah,
I've got it on hard copy and digital.
Yeah.
Another good one is I have a horticulture book.
Yeah.
There is a good one too on medical. I have one for medical, and then another one trauma items and how to use them. Because I have a trauma bag, so I figured I should know how to use everything in there.
See if you guys can see that. There's the ones I have on digital.
Yeah.
And then I have another one on just nothing but mushrooms and stuff like that. Because you got to live on them if you eat the right ones.
Well, yeah, Howie just suddenly fell in love with you again, Will. He was talking about mushrooms earlier.
Not the psilocybin ones.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, 99.
That's survival guide. And that's from British people.
Then I have another book like you showed just right there, a fix-it book. Anything, any kind of book that you can get on manual labor or anything that you don't know how to do would be a good thing to have in your library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, pull that one.
Truffles. I like morels.
Yeah.
Morels or, what are those other ones? I can't think of them. They're big ones. Oh, Guilford, your twin brother's up there.
Yep, I know. Okay.
One moment, Lori.
Alrighty. So yeah, they're saying that, and then like Dave had his, I got my Kindle back there, but my Kindles are just loaded with them. Hang on a second, guys, cover it for me for a second.
Cover, quick, put him down. I can't do it from here. Cover.
Oh.
There we go. I got you covered. Go.
Okay. See if I don't know if this will show here without trying to get the light off of it, so it's not. We get it close enough where the light's not blinding it. So I've got all sorts of different books, games, but I got all my things different, all sorts of novels that teach stuff. But then,
that's what I do.
Chickens, how to raise alpacas, dehydrating, how to publish a book, and backyard chickens, making gift, all sorts of different things to do. Autism handbook.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you got old phones or something that are like smartphones, you can use those like a storage bin.
Yeah.
I put all my audiobooks on my old phones. That way I don't have anything on them except like audiobooks and stuff.
Yeah, those are the
That
ones
way,
I've
that
Yeah.
way you don't have to go out and buy the Kindles or the
right.
little things, you know. Old phones work just fine.
All right, let me put this up here for a second. Is it going to do it? Okay, so yeah, I got a bunch of stuff how to make gas, long-term preppers books. Come on, back. There, having problems here. But how to make a gasifier, all sorts of beekeeping, all sorts of other how to live off grid. There's a whole bunch of books in there that are in my library, in my soft library. I even have books on how to make hydrogen.
Boom. All right, there you go, Lori. Click on that link. Oh, wait, you probably can't hear me. Click on the link, Lori.
There we go. Yeah.
Says the page is missing, like Dave.
Yeah, well, I took that one down and put a different one up.
Yeah. Hey, Tibor. So anybody you missed coming in the chat? Hi, guys. Glad you're here. Good to see you all. On the title of this, I put out there, knowledge is power, and that's what it is really for all of us. If you have the knowledge to do something, you have power. There's a lot of
What are some of the books you guys have out there in the side chat?
Yeah. But it's like the thing is, you can't. I don't expect myself to know everything.
Hey, Tibor.
Lori, I sent it to your Facebook page. Or a message.
Okay, hang on here. Exactly. Yep. It can be passed on. I don't have. I can't know everything, but I know where to go to get it. One of my wife's books is a big, huge. I mean, it's a big monster book on the anatomy and first aid response type stuff. It's a big one. So.
Oh, that Lost Ways book. I've heard of that. That's a good book.
Yeah, it's one I've thought about picking up the Lost Ways, but I haven't.
Throw that up there. And go over here to this one over here. And open it over there. Yeah. All right.
Anything to do with growing or just anything that you can think of, anything you're interested in and don't know how to do, plumbing or woodworking or electrical,
Yeah.
Get a book on it, put it in the library, put it in your preps or whatever.
Yeah, what I like about having the books on my Kindle at night, and when I go to bed, if I'm too keyed up, I'll just pull it out and I'll just read myself to sleep.
What I do, I got a Kindle.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things I like. And I like that's the Kindle I showed there is my smaller one. I've gotten the bigger one because the eyes ain't what they used to be.
It's called old age.
And ooh, okay, hang on. We tell you, Lori says Camp Cookery. It's an old book, but extremely valuable.
Boy Scout Handbook's a good book too.
Okay.
Oh, it is.
I can't pull away and get stuff done. All right. So where was the other one here? With the USD. Okay. So they're talking about stuff back here. There it is. It's called the one that's referring to is Green Pharmacy. Yeah, that sounds like a really good book to get. I'll have to check that one out.
Well, there's one other book that we haven't talked about yet. Green Wizard's Guide.
Green Wizard's Guide.
I don't have it, but I plan on trying to acquire it eventually.
I've got mine.
I know he even has it on Amazon now, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's been being interviewed by a radio station or something here lately. Know if you guys been keeping up with him or not.
I'm not doing.
Yeah. So guys, just a reminder, even though it's wintertime, hydrate, and this is water. Cool. Open that up there, open a new link, Green Pharmacy, bingo. All right.
You guys don't have any
Kathy strikes
bushcrafting
again.
books. You guys don't have any bushcrafting books. You should pick up some of those too.
Yeah.
Hey, small town.
Oh, on my other Kindle, I have some interesting books that deal with bushcrafting in a way. It's called the Scoutmaster's Handbook. It's called the Scout Field Guide, and it's called the Boy Scout Manual. All three are different. All three are just loaded with information. And if you don't believe me, go check out Corsair Trainers. He's doing videos on, how do you measure up to a scout? Doing it on merit badges. Someone needs to make a book on all the cliff notes.
Problem with making a book with only cliff notes, there's so much that you'd miss.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you made a book of all the cliff notes, it would be about 14 inches across, 25 inches tall, and
3 feet deep.
Probably.
Yeah.
But hey, if you could buy one book that covered them all, that would be nice.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of like getting as many soft copies as I can, because when I buy a book on Amazon, I get to share it to my wife, my 2 sons, and my 2 backup Kindles. So, I get 5 copies because of my Amazon Prime, and if I can get my wife to get my daughter into our family account, I can share it with her too. But that is one of the things that I do like about Amazon and the Kindles is that, you get a copy, all of a sudden there's copies all around, and you don't have to worry about, I'm reading it right now.
Oh, Gemini.
Hey. So, and Kathy strikes again.
That's why she's awesome.
She is absolutely fantastic out here right now, folks. Everybody give a thumbs up for Kathy. Yeah, Handbook for Scoutmasters. That's one of the ones. And geez, I don't know if I can bring it up here. Get the other page over here. Is it this one? Okay, so I go to accounts, devices, and content. And they bury things so deep sometimes. Manage digital content.
Do you know why they do that? Do you know why they bury it so deep?
Because they have all these ads on the way to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I figured that one out. Amazon has all these ads as you're going in trying to find what you want to find.
Funny thing is, they never offer me anything I want. It's always women's clothes that they keep putting in my ads. And it's like, I've never bought women's clothes. I've only bought survival stuff. I have no interest in women's clothes.
Okay, so got so much going on. Computer's overheating here. But pull down here to the other stuff if I can find it. Yeah, but there's actually, if you just I guess if you just I could have gone the other way about it, but it's just everything's just acting up here. It's slowly because I got so many friggin' books on there. I'm trying to scroll through all the books I've downloaded.
Don't go there, Lori. Don't do it.
And bring up some books. Here's all the bushcrafting stuff.
There we go. Okay. No. So I go past it.
And besides, Lori, men don't wear dresses, they wear kilts.
Hey, laddie, it's a kilt for me.
Yep, my family's heritage wears kilts, not dresses. Thank you.
Okay, so let me throw this up here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can make this out here. Boy Scout Handbook, first edition. I got the one from 1911. I also have Baden Powell's Scouting for Boys, the original. Boy Scout Handbook Illustrated, Scoutmaster, a handbook for Scoutmasters. And okay, those are the basic Scout ones there. And then I picked some other ones farther up here. But yeah, you just go in there and you can just, there's another one made out by someone it's called, and Steve from Corsair Trainers would love this one. It's called, please forgive my language, Badass Boy Scouting Reinvented, a unique wilderness survival guide. So, but there's, Simply Grower. Okay.
I put one up there, didn't I? It's over there for all the bushcrafting.
Where is it here?
I shared that screen.
Oh, shared the screen. Okay. There we go. Okay. Bushcrafting books, people. Oh. The first aid one there jumped out at me, but yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of them.
Hey, Gil, read your.
That SAS, this one right down here, that SAS Survival Handbook is the one I've got.
Of course.
I see now I see they have that 3 one. See this one right over here where my arrow is. They got first aid, bushcraft, and that other one there. I don't know.
This one here, McCoy's. Okay, McCoy's, you're now part of the Smurf War army of warriors here.
Uh-oh, it's a little Smurf.
Uh-oh.
Okay, was that Green River's Guides? Yeah. All right, Will, since that's on your screen there, can you scroll up just a little bit? I want to look up. Up. Yeah. Okay. All right. Prepper's long-term survival guide. I've had that for years. So that's a good one, folks.
Yeah. I think I got that on audio.
Yeah. And okay, going down. Scroll down. Let's see what you got down here below. Got SAS. Keep going down. Bushcrafters. Survival medicine.
Look at that one right there, the Green Beret Preparation Survival Guide. I bet that'd be a good one.
Bob Mayer. Yeah.
Hey, Ontario, as long as your last name is not Hatfield, I think you're pretty safe.
Yeah.
Of course, that may only be a U.S. joke.
Yeah. There's
hunting.
Yes, there's a lot of good books in there. I've skimmed through most of these, and I have several of them. But yeah, there are some good books in there. Okay. Yeah, there was one on the right. Hey, Will, scroll back up just a little bit, just a little. Okay, survive anything?
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
No, down in the right side. There, survive anything.
Right here. Yep.
Yeah. That one was interesting reading. Okay, what do we got on the side here? If you don't practice primitive trapping, you won't get. Let me throw this up here from Tibor. Exactly. Okay, and let's go back here. Yeah, so yeah, Kathy threw it up there. So yeah.
Scouting reinvented. There you go.
Yeah, this is a little bit more serious. He tries to take it back a little bit to some of the original stuff that Scouts used to do back in the early 1900s. But yeah, let's see what else did I miss over here?
And you're right, Tibor. If you don't get even something simple as a figure 4.
Yeah. I was just going to say something like that. Get you a book on trapping or how to make traps or something like that. I dilly-dally around with them because they're fun to try.
Okay, opening up another one over here. Yeah, I'm right now, guys. When I'm leaning into this, I'm actually opening up some of these links, like from the one from McCoy's. I opened that one up so I can go check it out afterwards. And then,
good night,
and
Alex.
here's the
All right, Howie.
night, Howie. Hey, Howie, watch out for those cases of the corona up there, over there towards your side of Canada.
And no, he's not talking about the golden white clear bottles.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the stuff you put the limes into. Okay. Yeah, so the guys, there are a lot of good books out there. Soft copies, hard copies, really neat stuff to check into. Let me see if I can throw something else up here.
Oh, good idea, Lori.
Ooh, what did I miss? I missed something?
It's good. Take her cookery book this summer and try to make some stuff. Make the traps.
Yep. Just about everywhere in the U.S., it's illegal to make primitive traps.
Yeah, I practice anyway.
As long as you don't actually set it up and try trapping something, it's not illegal to practice setting them up. But you cannot set one up with the intention.
With the intent of catching out.
And if you do put it out on video, you always use the disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm going to throw this up here, guys. Found it here. Come on, let's go. There it goes. All right. The Scouting Book to Survival, officially licensed by Boy Scouts of America. The Boy Scout Handbook. This is on Amazon. This is on Amazon, and I Googled Boy Scout Survival Manual. This is what came up. Scouting Guide to Wilderness First Aid. This is part of the first aid course, the Wilderness First Aid course for high adventure training the Scouts have to do, and not many of them do it.
You gotta be damn good to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan, where are you at?
Yeah, my youngest son and I have been through the Wilderness First Aid course twice. Complete Wilderness Training Manual, also Boy Scouts of America. This is the first edition handbook. I got that.
Hi, Ryan the Gamer. How you doing, my friend?
Yes, Mama Z, they are. They're actually testing at all U.S. airports right now.
Yeah. Here you guys go. The Scouting Book to Tracking. All right. And then we're getting into the bushcraft, Boy Scouts original 1910 handbook. Good, yeah. Survival. Yeah, there's
Reed
in the house. Watch out.
Hey, Reed, come on up here. I sent you the link. We went live at 7. So didn't I put that in the email? I'm sorry. Oh boy, I got to go whip myself with a wet noodle. Okay.
Others around here we can ship over.
All right. The this book right here, the one with in the green uniform, that was the one I had back as a when I went from Cub Scout to Boy Scout. And so yeah, here's the field manual. the field book rather. VSA's Advanced Skills for Outdoor Travel, Adventure, and Caring for the Land. Unfortunately, and so it's one of those, and then of course the Knot book.
The all famous BSA Knot book.
Yeah. Actually, this one's not the BSA one. This is another one, but I got several copies of the Knot book when I was teaching Knot. So that, people.
Thank you, Ryan. He missed that, so I'll say thank you for him.
What was that?
Ryan just got done watching Will's Monday Night Table. So I said thank you for Will.
Cool. Right. Yeah.
Ryan's my main man.
So yeah, those Boy Scout manuals are excellent, and they're not aimed at being off the edge. They're named for their aims. Be prepared, straight, simple, down the line. This is the way it's done.
Very easily understandable.
Oh, here we go. Yes, I heard about that one.
Are you watching your back room just in case he tries sneaking in?
I'm watching down there. Come on up, Reed.
He's sneaky.
Slip him a link into the side chat.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where am I at here?
A link to what, Lori?
Okay. Here comes Reed. There we go. Hey, Reed.
Doc.
Hey, stranger.
Okay. McCoy's. The Peterson's field guide, was that in is that on Amazon or is that someplace else? Because we can look it up.
If you're looking to post a link, the best way to be able to post links in here with the limited characters we have is to go to eBay and do a search for the title and then post a link to the search. That way they can find it that way and then go either eBay or Amazon, whatever their heart chooses. But a standard search link from eBay is short enough to go in the limited numbers of 200 characters.
Yeah. So that's Peterson's guide, field guide. Try this, PE. Peterson's F. Guy. Everybody's typing away here. Ooh. All right. Plants and herbs. Tonight?
Topic is books.
Books.
Oh, books.
What 5 books are the most important in your library, Reed? Think about it for a minute.
Well, I got some interesting ones. I have an entire offline copy of Wikipedia. Does that count?
That's very important.
Wikipedia? A whole library of it?
Yeah, I got a whole copy of it. I've got onto a Raspberry Pi, those little tiny computers. And so I made an addition to run on that. So, I can look at Wikipedia and everything on it with no internet connection and running off a battery. I'm gonna do a video on how I put it all together because I figured other people would love to make one themselves.
It had to take a lot to download it, though, right? Or upload it. I mean,
yeah, it's a pretty big pile of files, but it's interesting if you don't download the full size images. If you just get the ones that are sized to fit in the articles, with the media and the images and all that. It's around 8 or 9 gigabytes. It actually isn't that bad. The text is very compressible, so it actually isn't bad at all. And that some of the other books I'd say are my top picks are going to be How Stuff Works. They cover a lot of things of like how a lot of everyday items function at a real basic level. because I think a lot of things, just knowing how something worked, you could say, hey, we're missing parts and we need something like this. And so you could go go look in like, a junkyard or places like that, looking for specific things and say, I need these parts to do something. So I like those a lot. And then I've got Army field manuals all about electricity, and they're from the 1950s, and they show how to build various generators and stuff. I like those books.
Wow. That was back when electricity was simple.
Yeah, they're actually really well written, and they have the nice equations in them and stuff. Mine are very yellowed and old at this point, but they're the real physical ones. I picked them up. I don't remember where I got them, but I got them young, and I was interested in because it was for a science project in school. And then I just got really into electricity from that. I think it was like 6 or 7 years old when I got started messing with that.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
All right. Kathy threw the one link up there. Yeah, I was just gonna
yeah, let me find the How Stuff Works ones. And then there's this other book, this really, really cool book that I really enjoy. And it's a guy that literally shows how to build a machine shop, like a lathe, a mill, and all this stuff from junk. And it's super impressive.
Hey, Two Family Homestead. Good to have you guys in here.
Hey, Two Family.
All right. So there's the Peterson's Field Guide to Western Plants and Herbs. And then when I was trying to look for that, I know it's going to be kind of hard for most of you guys to see, but there's the first thing that came up was Peterson's Guide to Edible Wild Plants. And there's a whole bunch of it. It's got, Central, Eastern, Central, North America ones. So they got it by region as well. So that's good ones. And then of course, there is the other one I was asked to throw up here was Nature's Garden by Samuel Thayer. And so what's interesting when I was looking that one up, it came up PDF version. So I click on its PDF version. Right there, I can download the PDF version of it. I'm not sure if it's free or how much it costs, but some of these books have the stuff out there, they're free, and others you got to pay $1 or $2 to whatever library is holding them. So let's get back over here and take that back down. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff over there.
Yeah, because Reed, I just went looking for that book and I couldn't find it either.
All right.
Yeah,
Reed,
I'm digging it up for you now.
okay.
All
right. Well, he's looking that up. We got another one posted up here. North American mushrooms. There's that one there.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me post this link for you guys. Okay, so I actually got the title named wrong, but I dug it up. It's Build Your Own Metal Working Shop from Scrap. And it's a really, really good book that shows how to build a machine shop literally from just scraps. Really impressive.
So that's it on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It looks old. $70. Well, $69.10.
When I bought it a long time ago, it was like 20 years ago, but I think I paid like $25 at the time. Oh man.
There is several copies on Amazon though. Several copies ranging from $55 to well over 140.
I would hit eBay if you're on a budget. I bet you could find some on eBay for pretty cheap.
That's where I'm headed.
Or check also the thrift stores. I've had some great finds in thrift stores. I like getting books out of thrift stores.
Books in the secondhand stores, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to throw that up to Reed. That's the one you just posted there.
I think the reason this is expensive, the one I found, is this complete 7-book series. It's hardcover.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have 7 books, and I also someone gave me the whole all-in-one book, which is really cool. So I got 2 sets. So there you go.
Yeah, and and then of course you drop down. I always have the recommendations down here. Build a foundry, metalworking, all the other backyard blacksmith, all of the other fun stuff as well.
You know what would be a good topic to do? Because I have a bunch of books I've stashed away for reference that are, in the public domain, is to go over really good books for knowledge and stuff to put away from the public domain. I've collected books for steel working, copper smithing. I mean, all sorts of stuff from a lot of older stuff that's been scanned in. And there's still great piles of good information. I'm just keep saving off all the time.
Well, it's always going to come in handy sooner or later, even if SHTF really happens, where all hell breaks loose, Like you said, you could open that one book up and say, hey, we could make this. I see a factory up the road that has a bunch of stuff in it. Let's go scavenge through it,
Yeah, Tibor, we're gonna have to drag you into the 21st century. So hard books I love hard books, but sometimes it gets too expensive to get all the hard books. If you get like Reed was talking about, the ones in public domain that are you can get for free in PDF version. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I have to admit, I love reading books in paper format. The reading on the computer just strains my eyes over time. And I like the tactile feel of it. I just love it that way. But if I could, I can't afford all the books I want. I mean, I have a huge list of books I want. I just can't afford them. But so I just collect stuff in. And there's also a whole class of knowledge sections. Like I collect open textbooks on things like that I don't know anything about and stuff, going, okay, I don't understand this stuff. I don't work on this stuff. So, oh yeah, that's a good link, North Star. I've seen that place. Thanks for putting that up.
Books.
Yeah, Kathy's killing it tonight.
Yeah, she's keeping way ahead of us.
Yeah, but I just save a lot of that stuff away so that, actually, in my mind, sorry guys, I'm more of a when it's going to happen because I'm just a pessimistic bastard. But I figure, hey, I may not have any use for it, but maybe we'll find raising some kid or something like that is real good has a knack for it, and you could start giving them knowledge on it. Or you may run into someone that needs references related to the field. So I collect tons of knowledge stuff and put them away for reference, even though a bunch of it I don't really know what to do with. I'm sorry, you guys are probably the same, right?
I'm sorry. Tibor just made a remark here. I got to put it up.
Oh, there we go, Tibor.
Yeah. Tibor, though, what I can carry on this is about 500 pounds of paperback books. And this weighs a pound maybe, with a solar charger on it, and everything is less than 5 pounds. Sorry, guy. We're going to drag you into the 21st century, Tibor. We're going to drag you in kicking and screaming.
Yeah, I put that clip up there for that Kathy posted for that link.
So let me dig up
You see it over there,
the
Gil?
specific FM manuals you want in small town preparedness. I'll put them in the chat here in just a minute.
Kathy put up.
Oh, wow, yeah. Some nice ones there. Your SAS handbook's only $4.50.
Yeah, that's a lot cheaper than what I paid for mine.
All right, guys.
Sorry, SOP, go ahead.
We have to make an immediate disclaimer.
Yes.
We are no longer responsible for anybody needing to seek any kind of therapy due to the suggestions received in this evening's broadcast.
You
You're not responsible.
And as I noted in my little intro video, this is for grandparents and parents, not for kids. Any kid under 13 years of age must have an adult watching this video with them.
That's why mine's in bed.
Well, that's no fun.
Oh, it's fun for the parents to teach them about it. I mean,
it's all those new rules that they're yelling at us for, which I don't see how they say us creators are liable for it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But that's a different story.
Well, hey, Writer Desk, don't forget you can get a book on therapy.
Heck, you can get therapy online anymore.
Yeah, there you go. U.S. Army Combat Stress Handbook.
That'll get you started.
Gil does not pay for therapy, Kathy said.
Oh, okay. So here's one of them.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Now, just for remember, T-Bar, this is my favorite book. It's paper.
Hey, David.
And do you know what I really like about it is the back pages say fire starter.
Or TP, right?
Fire starter. So the book comes with fire starter in it in an emergency. Or you can just take extra paper and stick it in the back like I do.
True, T-Bar, but if you wind up in an SHTF environment and you run across people who have absolutely no skills at all, and you already know the skills, you already know the book well enough, you can barter that book to give them so they can learn and survive themselves without relying on other people, theoretically.
Yeah.
Also, it would make sense that you could also start trading like teaching classes for stuff. Like if they had food, you could teach them how to do something too.
All right. The other thing too is, a lot of these books are for teaching. The stuff I get, I read it, and if I have a hard copy, I save it for my kids to read or my grandkids now, because I now have 3 grandkids downstairs making noise. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, and the fourth is on the way. So it's going to be Grandpa's 4 aces here in a little bit, and I guarantee you, I'm going to be teaching them everything I can, and I need the books to teach them.
They trying to make a baseball team or something, or
no, 18.
How old are the grandkids?
5, 3 and 3 months, and actually the 5-year-old's going to be 6 here in a couple months. So you got 5, 3, and 16 months.
Oh wow, yeah. In a couple of years they'll be deep into starting to learn all sorts of things. Yeah,
and what's scary is the 3-year-old. He's figured out how to open up the kids' gate. He's known how to do that for about 2 months, but we had to put extra weight on it so he can't get the gate open. He's figured out a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's like, he's like, oh, the VCR's up there. I want to eject the tape. Drags chairs over, gets up there and ejects. It's like, he's too smart.
Yeah, I was the same way. My parents, I was a pain in their rear end for a long time.
Yeah. That's the one on a couple of my videos at the end there where it says, I'm cute and I know it. That's him.
All right. Back on the whole training thing, that's one of the reasons I got this big, thick, and it's pretty thick. Because if you get to a grid down situation and you're going to be in a group of people, 90% of them probably never been in the military, have no idea how to do anything militarily, something like this, teaching them hand-to-hand combat is going to be beneficial, because then they'll be able to help take care of everything, not relying on 1 or 2 people to do all the work. You're going to need a group.
Yeah, and actually, you run into a really important topic pretty quick on that SOP is one of the things that always has bugged me, like a lot of other places I see on videos, is they make it sound like, oh, SHTF's going to happen. It's going to be like this easy fight. I'm like, no, you're going to end up with battle-hardened people very quickly. And the ones that later, like the longer you get in there, the worse the battles are going to be.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to have people gain experience and all that. Tactics are going to be developed. It's going to get ugly.
Now, the first week or two of a true SHTF event will be pretty easy for anybody that is of preparedness mindset. But if it lasts 6 months to a year,
oh yeah,
that group is going to be an entirely different style of group. Everything will be well orchestrated. Well, it'll be a well-oiled machine compared to people who have no clue at all what's going on.
Yeah, the people that make it that far, I mean, when you run into them, you got to take them seriously. Do not underestimate any of those kind of people.
There'll be the people that say, you know what, we don't like your attitude. There's the trail you walked in on. Go before we decide to end you. You're going to run into those kind of people.
Okay, I gotta get
You're
this
leaving, Lori?
Well, there's an awful lot of them out there that think
Lori.
that they're going to be able not to be able to do nothing. They'll just take whatever comes.
Yeah, that's a horrible mistake.
Watch out for.
I've never understood that mindset where they think, "Oh, I'm going to be the only one with the guns and ammo."
Yeah.
Come on. If you made it through with guns and ammo, there's going to be someone else with it. You made
Yeah.
it through with technology,
Right.
someone else is going to have it too.
Okay, on Facebook, there is one of those mimes, however you pronounce it, posted there, and it's the upper picture is a picture of Chinese soldiers, and it says, "The world's largest official army, 250, no, 2,500,000, whatever it is."
Mhm.
And down below it shows a bunch of guys in camouflage with all sorts of different mismatch of weapons and stuff. The world's largest unofficial army, 7 million, the United States citizen.
Yep.
Yeah, there is a lot of people out there with firearms, which scares the. We're getting off topic on that. Let's get back to books here. That's a topic for another.
I could end up in a long rant. I was watching my state legislature discuss the red flag law today, and I was yelling at the screen. And they changed the date. They were supposed to have the hearing on Friday, so I scheduled time off to go up Friday to go talk to everyone, and then they rearranged it to be today. I'm like, oh great, yeah, the day, as the usual shenanigans ensue.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like I sit here and I watch that C-SPAN of them doing their stuff in the Senate and the House, and I'm sitting there. I'm the only one here, but I'm just sitting there pointing my finger at them, yelling and screaming. No.
Oh, it's just maddening. It's maddening. So I often say, if I ever was, for somehow by some weird coincidence, ended up in as a state rep or a congressman, I'd be the worst one there. I'd be calling people out. You lying sack of. Walk over there, say it again, and I'll hit you. I mean, that's exactly how I'd be.
You're supposed to be on my side, you son of a bitch.
I'd be like, we're bringing back duels starting today.
Well, which I'm trying to remember which Parliament does it, but I'm trying to remember which English Parliament. There's another Parliament. They were just getting into the fist fights. This was last year.
Yeah, Ukraine has been in the news several times for just breaking down into a giant brawl too, and stuff. Oh man,
some of those other houses around the world, man, they really get after it. Like the British one, man, they really get after it in there.
Oh, Ontario, you hit upon a great topic. I'm going to actually do some videos on that because one of the things they teach us real importantly in engineering is lab books. And so a lab book and daily journal are going to be so important to keeping continuity of operations because people are going to get sick. People got to take over. You got to teach other people and stuff like that. So learning how to make one is going to be really important because and then journals like they used to keep on ships and all that. I don't know much about those. I'm looking at that. But a lot of that kind of skill set is going to be really vital so that people can take over, cross-training can occur and stuff like that. So really good point.
Yeah, you should learn to take notes or something, be a note taker.
Oh, it's vital. It's vital. That's one of the things we absolutely can't have, especially if you have specialized knowledge and stuff like that. So you can't have the people that know how to purify and treat the water system and are running it, and somehow for some reason they both get sick and die or something else happens. That we can't do that. We got to have good cross training and records on that.
There's a message for you, Will.
It'll get lost.
Will, there's a message for you from Tibor.
I didn't get it. Send me another one, Tibor. I might have deleted it. If I don't recognize it, I just get rid of it. I get a lot of email. I'm telling you. Sometimes it just goes by the wayside.
Yeah, I'll verify that because he showed his phone the other day and you could see across the top of his phone. Email, Facebook, email, Facebook, email. He doesn't answer nothing.
Yeah. Well, we used to tease one of our bosses.
Send me a new one, Tibor.
He goes, "Did you guys get?" He goes, "Didn't you guys get my email? We marked it auto delete."
Sorry, I did not get the memo.
Okay. All righty. Okay, so yeah, any other good books, guys? All right. Now we've covered all your top books. What are some of your? All right, we've covered a lot of nonfiction books. What
so
are
entertainment side, right? Fiction, right?
now we're going to go to fiction that is educational.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
who the heck
Playboy,
reads that?
not like that.
Like I
Education.
said, yeah. This is like I said. That's why I have this one here for Jerry Ahern, the Survival Series. He wrote nonfiction books, and when he started writing fiction books, he put the nonfiction into the fiction. Like if the guy's explained something, he'd explain how you actually you would do it as if it were a instructional manual. I love those books. There's like 34 of them in the series.
Good job, Kathy. The only thing I've got on it's CDs that's, well, it's not really educational, it's entertainment. So I don't think it'll count, but it's they're audiobooks. I used to buy them when I drove truck. They're about $25-$30 for 6 discs. And it's entertainment. It's all wartime stuff, Mac Bull and the Survival Squad and stuff like that.
Did my cell phone eat T-Board's email? I don't know. It might have.
Yeah, Mama Z's. Yeah, I got that one. I read it, and there's
And the
I
two
think
sequels, right?
yeah, 2 sequels. Yeah, and I got them. I got them on my wish list. I'm just watching to see when the price drops a little bit. Boom, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I read all 3. The first book is the absolute best by far in my mind, but the other 2 aren't bad. Don't worry about that. They're still a good continuation of the story, but the first one really brings it together. It's a real good classic book.
Yeah. Now, one of the books I like that's not, I mean, it's along the same line. Let me pull it up here. Because these guys get into it.
Good evening, Steve.
Forgotten for
Steve's here. Did Steve sneak in? I didn't. Oh, there he is. Hello, Steve.
Yep. Hey, Steve. All right.
Secret gun room. I wish I had a secret gun room.
I wouldn't tell if I had one. If you asked me and begged me and threatened to kill my kid, I wouldn't tell you. But you better hold through with your
If you
secret
got a
gun room.
secret
What's
gun
that?
room, you can't tell anybody.
Yeah, then it's not a secret.
Is it one of those rooms on those boats that seem to always sink?
All right.
Yep.
Thomas A. Watson has become one of my more recent modern day writers. His series Forbidden America is I find it very interesting. That. Yeah. He has 2 of them that are really good. Forgotten Forbidden America, and it's there 6 in the series so far here.
What's the premise behind it?
The premise behind it is down the rabbit hole. It's a basically the I can't say the political party name, but takes over really goes full hog to take away everything, just starts doing things and goes and confiscates everybody's money and stuff, and it takes the banks because there's a economic problem. Starts over in China and it comes over here, and so they jump on and they use it to we're taking all we're securing everybody's money and stuff, and then they start going off the deep end.
So is it pretty good on the characters and stuff? I've read so many that are horrible lately. I'm just like,
the characters are good. There is in number 4 or 5 is not 5. It's number 4. Yeah, number 4. It got me because one of the main characters, I'm not going to say which one, winds up getting killed, and it is just like, why did you do that? And it because a lot of people, it tore a lot of people up on it, but it was it's part of this continuous storyline. But then he has that one there, and then he has the other one, which is a good series. Come on, where's one of these has got to be highlighted here. It doesn't highlight it. There we go. Dark Titan. the Dark Titan series is.
Oh, I looked at that one. I haven't read it yet. Was it pretty good?
Yeah, I liked it. The premise is the guy is a nurse and a deputy sheriff, and he basically he's off on a gun show when an EMP happens, and he's working his way back from back east to up northern Idaho.
Oh, you know what? Since you bring that up, there's a couple I know there's a couple in my Kindle library I thought were pretty darn good too. Let me see here. Well, keep talking while I dig around. Steve brought up the one I was thinking of. So Integrated Preparedness, he wrote a series called Stonemount series, and it has a lot about reconstruction after a big calamity, which is pretty interesting. Sorry about that, guys. I'm bouncing
all right,
around.
Kathy threw up the Dark Titan series on Amazon there. Yeah. So basically, the main character is a nurse, and he's trying to make it back to a survival group in northern Idaho. He's single, winds up first picking up this girl. He comes across this girl basically that's 11 or so, and takes her along, doctors her up because her feet are all bloody. She's been attacked. Then the next straggler he picks up is this overweight kid who starts following him along, and then he's about 16, 17 or so. He starts helping him lose weight, so working away across. Then he picks up this hottie, and it goes on. And he's every time he's getting more and more people, and he's just going nuts. I wanted to go alone with my dogs and get up there, and but
that sounds pretty neat.
It is,
okay.
Yeah. He winds up saving like 5 kids that were from this one gang. Their parents are killed in front of them, and so now he's taking care of these 5 kids, including a 1-year-old who gives him more heck than anybody ever thought possible. But yeah, it's funny. So those are my favorite nonfiction.
Okay, so here's 2 I thought you guys might like that I thought were pretty good. One by the author named Kyle Pratt, so KYLEPRATT. He's got a series about nuclear attacks on America, and the first book is called Strength and What Remains. Really good read, and the second one's called Time to Endure, and I haven't finished it yet though, but I'm still working on it.
Here's one of the ones I'm reading right here. It's called Redfall. It's by Jay Faulkner. It's a 2-book series. I'm on the first book.
What was that first book you said? Read the author's name.
Kyle Pratt, and it's called Strength and What Remains.
PRATT.
Yeah, PRATT.
And Kyle like
KYLE. Yeah.
KYLE. Kyle Pratt, Kindle store.
Oh,
okay. Kathy. Kathy's it. All right, Kathy. Everybody, slap a thumbs up in there for Kathy.
She needs to get a bump in pay here, Gil. You're not paying that lady enough.
Yeah, at least give her 20% raise of 0.
Yeah. All right. So that's on Amazon. Cool. Yeah. So Strength Remains. There, it finally came up on mine. Yeah. Cool. And that's what I gotta go back up here. Steve was talking about a book series. Was that it?
Yeah.
That's the book. Read.
Which one? The Stonemount series?
The one that Steve Corsairs Trainers was talking about, Stonemount. That's a different one, or is that the same one?
No, it's a different set. It's
a Stonemount series that's on Amazon as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me see if I can dig up the link real quick.
I bet Kathy
will beat me to it. I'm sure she will.
There you go, Gil. There you go.
All right.
And we can explain it pretty easy to Mama Camp Patton there. It just let her know, hey, you've been doing such an awesome job. We think you deserve a pay raise, and he can get you a couple books. That ought to be perfect.
Yeah, all right. Who's
Oh,
gonna
okay,
get
yeah.
close?
So let me grab the first one. Oh man,
By
Amazon
Stephen
has
Smith.
the worst about putting like big things in their stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like
So the
compass.
second one is Revival, and the
Yeah,
first
so
one
the
is
first one's
Renewal.
renewal. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Tyler, I didn't see you sneak in there.
Oh, he also that same guy, Stephen Smith, has another. All right, he has another one here called Revision, and he actually says that's Stonemont Book 1, Renewals Book 3.
Hey, Tyler.
Yeah, so Revision, Revival, Renewal. Yeah. That one looks interesting. There's one, American Prepper, the story of the coming collapse by General Frank Bates.
Now
And
here's another art author you guys might like. I enjoyed.
Hi, Anthony.
What
so
the heck?
there's the Stonemont ones there.
How'd the husband thing go?
So it's sheesh. You know, my Kindle has decided to be dumb on me for a second, so guys. But it's the book title is called "Shoot Like a Girl" of the SHTF series. It's hilarious. Yeah, let's see here. Let me get a link so people can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Palmetto.
The list. Throw that. Come on here, down into books. Okay.
It was I got a kick out of it because these people were on a trip, and you know, their husband. It was like one set of the characters where these women went to the beach or whatever, and their husbands that were prepper type and like, okay, you need a bug out bag and all that. And one of them was like, well, these don't fit in here. I'm going to dump them and make room for all the makeup and other stuff. And then everything goes to heck. It was hilarious. You see, so that's
Shoot like a girl. Okay, yeah.
Are you trying to say something there, Heaven's Essentials? I mean, are you implying something there?
I have no implications on anything.
No, she said something.
Oh. Yeah, so that's number 2. And see, number 1 is... Fight Like a Man. Yeah, number 1 is Fight Like a Man. Yeah, stuff. But it basically it was a set of books where a whole bunch of people, the family had a plan to get together, and they were all over the place. And so, like they, child was at college, other people were stuff like that. It's a good series.
There you go. And the third one's Run Like the Wind.
Yeah, but like a lot of books, sometimes you'll be kind of like, okay, this character's a moron. Why would they do this? Yeah. But not I like to read way too much. I don't know about you guys, but and I'm certain writer Dust in the chat's going, read. I'll read way more than you.
Hey, Anthony, you want to come up here and share yours, or anybody else want to come up from this?
I already showed him. I don't like to read a lot. I do a lot of audible books.
Okay, anybody wants to come up? You got to have your
I like audible.
your earpiece. Got to have your earpiece, your camera, and stuff. But you can come on up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this video I made about the coronavirus uploaded real quick.
All right, that's the one that Steve just was mentioning there, Calzonia.
Yeah, I looked at that. I haven't gotten it yet. I had it set aside.
There are some interesting video clips from the looks of it too, so watch with care.
Yeah.
Calizonia, that kind of sounds like a familiar name.
All right, Ontario, come on up. Anthony says my only one is green eggs and ham.
Green eggs and ham.
Anthony, you're supposed to eat them before they turn that color.
Ah, you got to have a little bit of Irish in you.
You have the duty tonight. You have the duty every night with them little critters.
Okay, so there's the link there again from Kathy. Yeah, I'm gonna think I like the look of that one there. That three book series there. I think I'm gonna put it over here on my
Watch
Yeah,
list.
they're a fun, quick read.
on my my list, my wish list to do. So I'll get hit number 1 first here.
I
Yeah,
have a
they,
huge wish list too. That's just massive.
I bet I got you beat.
Oh, you know what? Actually, another book that since someone brought up was the 1 second after. In that section, there's that book by Ted Koppel that talked about the power grid getting taken out. Do you guys know what the name of that one was? I can't remember it off the top of my head right now for some reason.
Give me a second here. Okay, so back at the top. 1 second after.
Lights Out. Okay, there it is. There it is. Ted Koppel, Lights Out.
Okay.
Oh, Rider Dust has it too. He just put in the chat. That was a good read. He talked about when he was digging into the power grid, how fragile it turned out it really was, and it freaked him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything seems perfectly running until you dig into the systems behind the nation.
Yeah.
History Channel just actually put out a video yesterday or a couple days ago. It's part of their 10 Ways the World Could End catastrophe series.
Oh, interesting.
And it's pretty good. The number 4 one is about a CME hitting the Earth. And at the very end, they talk about an EMP. But I actually want to say it's probably one of the best videos I've ever seen anybody put out. It's pretty realistic as far as what's going to happen.
History Channel's How the World Can End series, you said?
Yeah.
I hear you there, Steve.
Oh, sorry, Steve. We were talking about 1 second after earlier. I'll have to check that out, SOP. I don't have cable or anything like that, but I'll go hunt it down on the more gray sites.
Well, actually, it's on YouTube. It's up on YouTube.
Oh, it's up on YouTube. Awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Computer decides to
Another one that's good on YouTube to watch is that National Geographic Lights Out or Blackout video movie thing they did. That was pretty good. There was one they did for the UK and one for the US. I thought both of them were pretty nice.
Yeah. All right. So this here is for Steve. Come on. Let's get it up. There we go. So you got 1 second after, 1 year after, and final day. So, and yeah. Then there's some other ones too there, but yeah. Okay. Blackout. I can't find it on YouTube. Okay. And there's the link again. Anybody that wants to come up here, just follow the instructions. It's fairly easy. Hey, I got on here really quick and easy the first time with Will, didn't I, Will?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward stuff. You click 2 buttons and you're in.
Yeah. And just type in a name up there, like, whatever you want. Simple, just like Will or,
Poo-poo head.
Or Grumpy or.
That Red Dawn book I'm reading on Audible is pretty good.
That link I posted is the link to the History Channel's number 4.
It goes into some pretty good detail about women.
Oh, neat.
Raped
Thanks.
and all kinds of stuff.
Thanks, SOP. I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably one of the best ones I've seen produced. I mean, they're still missing a few things, but for the most part, they cover it quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ryder Dust brought up, I've been in contact with Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. He's the head of the EMP, on the EMP commission, and he's the head of the task force on the power grid stuff. So we're trying to organize an interview to go over a bunch of stuff with him.
Cool.
So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to dig into the stupid science, so it'll be geek hour, so watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryder Dust, you'd have to rip the Band-Aid off the camera. No, actually, you don't have to. You can leave it plain, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple other books out there that I can give you guys for free if you guys want them. And that is...
Free is good.
Free is good. So here you go. All right. Back up. So you go to the Asset Center. You go to books. Right here it says books. And you go to Against the Wind Saga. And you got the three series that I'm working on right now. The Against the Wind has been edited, and it was finished edited on the last day of December by Martha of
Old School Prepper.
Old School Prepper. She did the editing. We spent about a month and a half editing it. And then
she's a good lady, very good lady.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember which. Oh, she's now editing The Scout and the Ninja. Book one is Scout is Trustworthy. And Ash's trying to think the channel again. Yeah, she's editing the Family Compound series. And no, it has nothing to do with my compound.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because she and I were chatting together, and she's working on my little book I've been writing.
Cool. Yeah, so, yeah. And yes, there is, especially in The Scout and the Ninja, there is a big love story going through the entire thing of the two main characters trying to remain virtuous and true. And Ontario, there we go. Bingo. All right. So, yeah, so those are the... bring that down there.
I like
there we go.
books too, Anthony.
Yeah.
Did this work?
It worked.
Yep. We hear you.
Oh, you hear me? I don't see anybody.
Hi.
You don't see anybody?
No, my screen's screwed up, but I'm a dumb Canadian, so leave it that.
You're from where?
Well, you're a politician up there?
No. Oh, that hurt.
You said dumb. I figured you were one of the politicians. At least that's according to Lori. That only the politicians are dumb.
Well, we do have Trudeau up here now. Obama doesn't have a torch to hold next to Trudeau, my friends.
Sure, he don't live up there.
Oh,
I thought they were adopted brothers.
they might be.
So you're saying Trudeau isn't your favoriteest person in the world?
You know what? I would like to say that, my friend, but I'm wondering if I'm going to have Hellfire missiles dropping in on the complex when I say that.
Yeah,
You might have to go to the safe room.
Yeah, you can't say nothing publicly negative about him, or otherwise you get in trouble.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that is true.
Man.
He does.
it's
Well,
not as bad as
this is
China.
what confuses me about my love, our dear leader. He's controlled the media. He's taking away guns. Does that sound familiar to anyone else?
Nope, never heard of it before. Never.
Let's see, the last 100 and something years of history where, 60 million people have been killed by their own governments?
Oh, if I wasn't such a proud Canadian, I would jump ship.
Tell you what, we'll send
say that.
we'll send all the hanky wiping, tear jerking libtard north, and you can come down here.
You know what? I would appreciate that if you can move my 40 acres of horrible clay soil down to your who's living in the crappiest spot? I can move.
Not
down
me.
there.
You come down to my spot.
Well, I got horrible clay here, so
Well, you know what? If all the good people in Canada came down here and all the bad people from America went up there and got to live in that ice and snow, they might change their mind, but there'd be a whole bunch of open areas down here for you Canadians to come down and move to.
Yeah.
there'd be a lot of idiots frozen in the north and a lot of good people making it in the south.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just the politics of today are just, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that today. I'm not going to touch it.
Probably best, Reed.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Have to take blood pressure medicine or something.
I'm already on it. Does anyone know how to make it so I can see the chat? I just don't want to ignore anybody.
Yeah, you could.
Maybe
it's over there on the. I don't. Are you on your phone?
He's on a phone.
Yeah, I'm on a phone.
You might not be able to do it then.
Yeah, a lot of people can't. It's like
I'm not ignoring everybody. It's just how I am, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't worry. If somebody says something important, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
Yeah.
I think this might be the first time my face has been on YouTube.
I can remember one from about a year and a half ago, but it wasn't there.
Were you on Grizz's? I don't do it very often. I can't even see myself. I think I screwed my phone up.
Steve's right. We got to remember what's long been a known thing, that the way America will end is by the Canadian invasion.
I don't know. The way things are going, it might be the Canadian rescue. We lost them. Canadian rescue from the Democrats. Uh-oh. What happened?
Wants to send the Californians up there.
Well, let's see. We can send California or Washington State, New York,
Hey, Gunslinger.
Connecticut.
Well, actually, all we need to do is send San Francisco, Berkeley, New York, all at once, and the rest of the country will fall in line. Once they see those guys go up there.
But if we're going to move them, let's do it the way the Army does it to its new recruits. Shove them in cattle trailers and let them ride for about 16 hours inside the damn cattle trailer. I guarantee you they'll change their tune pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a Soviet special.
No. The Army still does. I don't know about the other branches, but I'm sure in basic training.
He said he pushed the wrong button. Here he comes back in.
He was probably trying to find the chat.
There we go.
Welcome back.
All right, welcome back.
Listen, I'm just going to talk and leave my thumb alone now.
Leave the button alone. Okay?
All you guys with the high-tech computers, I'm in awe.
I'm not high tech. Nothing I got on this desk costs more than $200.
Be the most advanced.
I don't know.
Yeah.
High tech or not.
Yeah, it's got to the point that I do something weird with my stuff here. So I can pull this across here. So I got my main computer with its side monitor, and I got my other computer over there.
Yeah, see, Gil's the one that's high tech.
Gil's the one with the high tech stuff.
My old boss had
If I was
3
high tech,
computers and a 3D printer.
if I was high tech, I'd be able to get my stupid one computer to work with 6 monitors.
He had 2 monitors for one
You're
computer and an iPad.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got 2 monitors on the one computer and 1 monitor on the other computer. But yeah, at work I had 6 monitors set up for my one computer.
Y'all see what Steve said?
No.
You'll be stimulated.
Leave it to
Somebody
Murray.
in Oklahoma.
I'm still trying to get Steve to work his way up here to Canada to protect my ass.
No, I'm not tank. Close, but not quite. All righty.
Nope, my
Yeah.
lights just shut off. I will say, that is
Uh-oh.
the best thing I ever put into my shop is automatic lights, except for when I'm in the dark and scared.
Are you sure? Are you sure Trudeau's not coming after you?
That's a good one, Tyler.
Oh, I wouldn't be scared of that transsexual the best of days. That came out wrong. I'm sorry for YouTube and you're 18 older and all that stuff. Sorry.
Well, let me put it this way: a certain person I fondly refer to as Governor Gay Van Nuisance was had a really hot wife, and she dumped him, and she's conservative now.
Funny how that works, eh?
Yeah.
All the hot chicks are conservative.
Yeah, what is it they say? Liberals are just one mugging away from being conservative.
That's a good point, Reed.
I mean, it's an old saying. I've heard lots of people use something similar of that variation. It's pretty true. Yeah, once you have those bad days, you start thinking, well, I need to be self-reliant. And you go down the whole rabbit hole of how do I be self-reliant? And then you're like, you know, these other guys I ain't liking so much anymore.
Well, I will be honest. I am assuming that Corey Jean's gone now. I'm assuming I'm the only Canadian in the feed. And you guys have amazing gun rights. And I've always said Americans have wonderful gun rules. They could use a couple of mine, but I could use an awful lot of yours.
That's
if
my
we had
setup.
open carry in North America, problems would be solved very quickly.
All right, so there's Dave's setup.
It ain't much.
Talking about gun right. All right, here we go. Here I found it for you guys. The largest official army, Communist China, 2.5 million. Largest unofficial army, American gunners, 7D million plus. The founding fathers knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you will say, yes, I agree with you, but you are going to go back historically. Only 3% stood up. That being said, 3% of 70 is a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's technically 3% of the entire population, so we should take 3% of 360 million and see what that is.
Yeah.
How many of them are Bernie
that
supporters?
aren't registered and aren't telling people that they have them than is reported.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I lived
Yeah,
in
so that's
America.
10,800,000 people. That's still a ton of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who
I'm
knows
gonna
how
come
many
up with
trillions
7.
around of ammo that is.
Yeah.
They estimate there's over 1 billion rounds of ammo amongst the private citizens of the U.S.
Oh, wow.
And that's not counting the reloaders.
I will say I can come up with 7 people.
Has at least 3. There's enough firearms out there for every American to have 3 each.
Okay, a second here. All right, guys, hang on. We got to do something here. Heaven Central needs our help.
Yeah, what kind of videos is she planning to do?
Yeah, she wants a good patriotic name. Betsy Ross.
And have a picture of the.
If you're in
American
Canada,
flag.
I would say kill Trudeau, Heaven, but that's not going to do it for you.
Yeah, so actually, Betsy Ross that has a picture of the Betsy Ross flag on there. Because everybody, Lori's name is not Lori. I'm not going to say what it is. She can say what it is, but Lori Jean's name is not Lori.
Nope.
I don't have Facebook.
And just like Mimsy's garden's name is not Mimsy. That's what her grandkids call her, though.
Betsy Ross
Gil.
picture of the original 1776 flag would be good.
You're telling me people lie on the internet? What the heck? I can't believe that, Gil.
Never.
Just like Reed's name is not Reed, it's Reginald.
Now, Now I will ask, 'cause you
At
guys
least
are
I'm
all
glad you liked it.
in the States. Can you all see me right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
Now we see you.
all
Now
right.
we don't.
Oh, well, let me turn on the light. I'm
Oh,
going to turn my phone. I'm going to turn my phone and I'm going to show you something. Now, I will say to everyone, remember, the most important thing in life is to always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman. Does everyone see that?
Flammable. Bat cave.
When we talk about secret rooms,
Now he's taking us in.
that's why I said
oh,
I
there's
have a
his library. There's his library. All right. Wait, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the what is that? The book burning one. Fahrenheit.
451.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not
Fahrenheit,
9/11, you socialist bastard.
Fahrenheit.
Sorry,
451.
that was an involuntary response that came from that fat guy with the goatee. I can't remember his name. He's not worth remembering. I apologize, but yes, I have an extensive library, and that's only one part of it.
Hey, Sierra, I didn't see you out there. How you doing?
CR is in the house. We missed you.
No, I'm not, Tyler. You don't know nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, remember that wood stove we put in about a year ago? There's a secret floor underneath the base plate there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to tell people.
Ooh, old school prepper just showed up.
Quiet, Gil.
Hey, old school.
Hey. All right. There's old school prepper. Hey. Yeah, we were talking about you earlier there, old school prepper. Giving you all sorts of shout outs. Now, Ontario just showed us his secret room. I found out where Tyler's secret room is. So, Anthony, you listening? Tyler's secret room is in that snow cave. You look in there on the floor. There's a piece of plywood. Pull it up, and it has a
room under there.
Secret room under there.
In all honesty, Tyler's doesn't have to hide anything from Anthony. Anthony is already stalking Tyler.
Oh, guys, Sand Hollow Homestead came up with a great name for Heaven's Essential sister, Liberty Bell, with an E on the end of it.
There you go.
I like that. That is slick. I don't think that one's out there yet.
Even if it is, you can still use it. But you guys see what Anthony said, right?
Yeah, I did.
Under the
Let's
box.
see. Where is it? It jumped up here. Yeah. All right. We're gonna have to tell Anthony, his wife, about what Anthony does on the side there. Okay. Oh. All right.
As a quick question, Anthony, I'm sure we're all concerned and wondering, how is the roof doing?
Oh yeah.
Don't ask him about that.
When you got to deal with insurance and government, it's a son of a gun.
That's putting it nicely.
Yeah.
For you guys, I did. Have you ever watched any of my videos?
Night, Ryan.
See you later, Ryan.
See you, my friend.
Right. All right. It looks like Sand Hollow won the contest. Liberty Bell it is. All right. Okay, here he says electricity is good now. The roofers will be here Thursday.
I thought
And
the
then he's
roofers were already going to be there.
doing an estimate.
When are you going to put the deck down?
Yeah, but all she's got to do is change the way the last name is spelt, and there's several different ways to write Bell. So,
Or Liberty even.
Yep. So I do a YouTube search for the name, see what it comes up with, and then just change the letter or two. using something to substitute one of them.
Yeah, and I've actually seen Batman and others out there on YouTube.
Losers, Steve. You see that? He's calling us losers.
Steve's in
What?
California. He's not allowed to call anyone else that's outside of California a loser.
I missed something big time in the chat then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the old school.
All right, okay, all right. Hang on a second here. How do I block Steve out of here?
Well, you don't want to do that, Gil. He'll drive to your place and make you rethink that
You'd
choice.
probably just say,
Hey, he drives to my place.
Paying attention.
He drives to my place. He'll find out he's stuck in Idaho. He will not be able to get back to California. Of course, then he might like it.
You know what? I would love for Steve to drive to my place. I would gladly find him a room here on the
He'll like it
complex.
until the first snowstorm, and then he'll be like, "The hell with this cold! I'm out of here."
You know, it's
Yeah.
not. It's
Steve, do you know what snow is?
okay. The snow up here, guys, is. I mean, it's not that cold because it's a dry cold as compared to that friggin' nasty, eat through your bones, foggy cold of California near the coast.
I
That
have
foggy
the
cold-
wet snow here.
Ain't seen
That
cold as
foggy
Steve
cold will make your bones ache, your teeth fall out.
Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. So those of you who just come in lately here, you can add to the side chat here. What are your
Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
five most important, in your opinion, books you have in your library, in your
Okay.
personal library?
I'm going to challenge you on your cold, though. You want cold? You want absolute bone-chilling cold that no matter how many layers of clothes you put on, you're freezing to death?
Buffalo.
Yep. Go to Buffalo in the middle of a snowstorm.
Been there,
Are you
ain't
really-
going back.
Wind coming
Are
off
you,
that
are you
lake.
really
is
going to
shooting right
argue with a
through your
Canadian
vehicle.
in the chat?
I was in Siberia when it was minus 60.
I'm in
That was
Canada. It's
interesting,
close
though.
enough.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference between a dry cold, even
And
with
a
wind
cold
chill,
cold.
and when you get that moisture coming off a body of water, and it just goes through you like
Hell, it goes
super
through your
sharp
vehicle.
razors.
It'll go right through your vehicle, too.
I will say the moisture means a big difference. A couple years ago, my company that I was working for sent me to Arizona to work on windows,
Welcome, Liberty Bell. Welcome.
and they said it's a dry heat. And
Whoa.
I went, oh, okay.
I'm having
That
a heart
means
attack. Sorry, I'm having a
Work
heart
in your
attack. Look.
oven. Work in your oven for a few hours. That's a dry heat.
Steve said he's been in the snow 3 times. I'm having a heart attack.
Hey, guys, you didn't recognize the new young lady that just walked in.
Liberty Bell is in the house.
There we go.
Is that Laura Jean, my fellow Canadian?
No,
Nope. No.
Oh.
this
This
is
young lady is new.
Oh, that she's new.
yes, it is.
Congratulations, Liberty Bell.
So everybody, on a separate tab or whatever, go. Actually, if you look over to the screen, if you go over and next to her name, where is it? I just lost it here. The 3 dots, and click on it right next to her name with the left click, and then there it is, and it'll say go to channel. Go to channel and subscribe to her. Let's start her off right, guys. Let's get her a jump start there.
Yeah, there's 27 of us in here.
27 is a nice jump start to start off a channel.
Yep. And that'll actually help with YouTube analytics. You put your first video out and 27 people, at least 20 can watch it. That'll help boost it in YouTube analytics.
Yeah. Okay. So I
It's
just
real hard for new channels to get that boost.
And YouTube detests our genre. I mean, I swear. Good
They
grief.
do read.
yeah.
Liberty Bell, I
although
apologize.
they will
I
prop
will
up
look you up tomorrow.
They will prop up the absolute nutballs just to make us seem crazy, is what I'm starting to think. I like Anthony's theory on that one.
Yeah. Okay, and let me go up here. Liberty Bell. I got to go back up here. In Central. Cali Hills.
Central Cali Hills.
California Hills, Central Hills there. All right, go to channel. I'm hitting her twice up for both my myself and my evil twin.
Yeah, that guy left
So
a
you and
comment
you?
on my channel. It was kind of scary. I don't know what to think of him.
There we go. All right, so I got her twice. So she now has 13 subscribers.
Awesome job.
Yeah,
guys.
I grabbed her once already.
I am not functional with the internet, so I will look you up tomorrow, Liberty Bell, because if I touch something, I'll probably lose my live feed.
Again.
I think, how many times have you invited me back? 3, 4 times tonight?
A couple times.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a Luddite. I'm kind of dumb, but I know how to grow stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Kathy, I don't think she'll have any problems at all because I've seen channels with like Batman and Wonder Woman and stuff like that have been around for a while, and it's they're not doing anything for profit, so they can't really do anything about them. Heck, I even saw one channel called Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, he's back east. Saw a lot of the homesteading channels back east hit him up.
There was a channel out there I've run into a couple times. They call themselves the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or using the real FBI logo, but it's not the FBI's channel because their channel is different. But I'm like, and this didn't get flagged. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what,
those people who threatened to, assassinate Mr. T, who I'm referring to, not Mr. T, but Mr. T. They threatened to assassinate him. They held up a head, and in their little comedy skit, nothing happened to them.
Oh, yeah.
If you'd have done that to Obama, you'd be sitting in Fort Leavenworth.
Oh, no kidding. Well, it's like that California university professor that beat the guy over the head with a bike lock. They hunt him down. They figure out who it is. The police arrest him and all that, and he gets probation for cracking people's skulls open. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Anyone else that didn't have some sort of like connection like that, they'd be getting a couple years in the joint for that.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. If you have the ability to do that to another human, I am dealing with, I don't know how many people actually watch my channel. I'm dealing with, my wife has a concussion. And unfortunately now my son has a concussion, and it's horrible because I'm 6'2", 270 pounds, and I bring my family into the ER, and they're like, well, what did you do? Throw them down the stairs? I'm like, no, I've never touched my freaking kids.
That's what I got to deal with as a single father too. If Charles ran his face into my sander that sits in the kitchen, and he cut his eye right here. And I had to call the school that day and explain what happened, as well as call his counselor and his doctor to make sure that I didn't get child services called to the house because of it.
And it's disgusting because I worked in several locations and my wife, she does substitute teaching. So she has dealt with several people that, they're kind of the lower end of society, and they don't get these calls, but I am constantly concerned about these calls. Now, anyone that knows me, I am the biggest softie in the world. I worked in a strip bar and never did anything. I know I'm in the wrong chat to say that strip bar word, but
that's not swearing.
It's not swearing. And you know what? I will say that some of these girls needed some help, and I will say I tried to give it to them. Find a better direction, girl. You can't go through life like this. But I will say that I have dealt with some very violent parts of society. I've dealt with biker clubs, violent criminals, and I have kept myself as myself. I've never strayed to the point that I was a violent criminal with them. I never turned into an idiot. I never turned into a Bernie supporter. I heard a giggle. But, you know, there's people that when you're my size, I mean, again, I am 6'2", 270, 290 pounds with paramilitary and military training. I have a lot of people that look at me funny. And it's horrible to sit there to be the gentlest giant and have to deal with, oh, you did it. I didn't do it. I'm the one stopping people from doing it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on a tangent. Go ahead, guys. What is that? Teardrops falling on the microphone? Come on, someone say something.
Yeah, I just I got through this one up there. Yeah, you got a really good cop that came out there on that one.
I can't read all the comments. What was that?
Okay,
one?
it's I put it on the screen. Basically, Big Dreams Homestead said my teenage daughter once called me a beach once, and I backhanded her. She called the cops on me. Cop came out, asked what happened. She told him. He gave Big Dreams Homestead a high five and gave her daughter a long lecture.
That sounds a lot like when I was 14. Quick thing, I'm not a big fan of people that strive to take down women, and probably because I'm a younger child. My closest sibling is 7 years older than me, and she was beat by a boyfriend. I went after him at the ripe old age of 13, guys. Now, granted, I was about this size when I was 13, so a 22-year-old that feels like he can beat a woman probably feels pretty special. But I went after him, and he had the cops out at my house the next day. Long story short, my dad invited the police officer in, which unfortunately for me was the fourth time a police officer was at my house that year. We'll not deal with the other thing. But the funny thing was when the cop said to my father, who was an OPP, for people that aren't Canadian, Ontario Provincial Police.
Right.
He looked at my father and he said, because he said, did your son threaten to kill this person? I'm not going to say any names because it's all long years ago done with.
Yeah.
And I looked at the cop and I told him, officer, I don't remember threatening to kill him. I remember threatening to, not the word I used, but for your guys' stream, I will be clean. I remember threatening to mess him up really bad. At which point my father slapped me on the back and said, good job, son. The cop said, you condone this kind of behavior? God bless my father's redneck soul. Officer, if I ever saw that prick walking down my road, I would run him over with my tractor.
All right, night, Anthony.
Yep,
All right, Anthony, take it easy.
We explained to him what had happened, and the cop left with the basic statement of, listen, don't do it again. But if you do, don't get caught. And it was a horrible low point in my life, but I will say I do not regret it. I stood up for my sister, who to this day doesn't like me because she's 7 years older than me. But if you're a person that can take advantage of someone in a lower statement, or my words aren't going to come properly to me right now, but if you're someone who can take advantage of someone that can't protect themselves, again for the bonus of your live stream. You're a POS. Please unsubscribe from me, from anyone I know, because you're obviously not a good person.
I got to deal with that with my neighbors. She's a little too soft-hearted, and I've actually had to call the cops myself on her abusive boyfriends several times over the last couple of years. And, but you can only do so much. If the person that's being abused isn't willing to help themselves, there isn't a whole lot you could do. You're just going to wind up smacking your head into a wall a million times.
I believe the statement is, you hit me, shame on you. You hit me twice, shame on me.
You ain't going to do it a third time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
my wife and I came to an agreement before we got married that we were going to be very stubborn, but we weren't going to give up on our relationship, but we would never, ever raise a hand to each other. We argued, we screamed, we stuck our tongues out at each other. We, anything else, but the hand never came up.
Yeah. You know what?
Been 31 years.
I have been with my wife for over 20 years. We've been married for 16 years. See, I can say that without question because she's not here to tell me I'm wrong. And me and my wife don't argue. I'm too big. She's a lot smaller than me. I'm too big. I just walk away when I'm angry. If anyone can see my feed, I have a nice heavy bag out here. I have heavy walls. And if I need to hit something, this is where I come. And God bless any other man that is smart enough to know that when he's screwed up and needs to hit something, gets a heavy bag and a wall, because there is no reason to punch your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there is reasons if she drowns your kids or something, but go out, take out your aggravation, and go talk to her like a human. Deal with it, go back. You can't not argue with your wife, because how many people are out there? I can't see the chat right now. How many people are married? You're going to argue with your wife. Yes, or your husband, or your, I don't know. I'm in Canada, so I got to be all special and transgender and shit.
Okay. Hey, just a second. Hang on. Hey, good night, Big Dreams. Thanks for stopping by.
Good night.
All right. But you gotta be responsible to your spouse, because that's who you love.
Exactly.
So figure out a way to do it responsibly.
Yeah.
I know I'm not always the classiest statement of things, but you do have to figure out a way to be respectful to your spouse, because that's who you chose to love.
Yeah. The interesting thing with my marriage is has a unique dynamic. All right.
I want to hear.
All right. I'm from my dad's side is from Ireland. My wife.
All right, Kathy. Good night.
Is Clan Campbell. All right, night, Kathy. Thank you so much for helping out here. And so, so we have the Irish on one side, the Scots on the other, and we realized that going in. So, yeah.
At least you were smart enough to know that.
Yeah, and of course. But then, of course, our daughter is an Irish Scot, and our my oldest son looks like Chris Helmsworth done up as Thor, beard and all. Red.
Yeah. For them Scotch Irish people. They're quiet.
I am
push them into a corner.
Yeah, well, but the thing is also with my wife. When I met my wife, she was Staff Sergeant Campbell, United States
Oh.
Army 91st Division, drill sergeant.
Oh, don't mess with that.
But I think that's
See,
one of the reasons why we get along so good.
I'm Canadian, and I know not to mess with the drill sergeant.
Uh-oh, his lights are out again. I see flickers in the background.
Although I see flashing lights, are those the? Is that Trudeau coming after you?
No, that's the windmills over there. I'm just trying to show you guys the outsider, the beautiful, wonderful look I have out here.
I was concerned for a moment. I thought it might be
Hi,
Tracy.
Tyler.
I do have a beautiful area out here, except for if my grandparents would have settled. I'm sorry, I'm going to use kilometers. The American ones watching aren't going to get it. But if my grandparents would have settled 6 kilometers north or 6 kilometers south, I would have good ground. I am on the hardest clay going. I could have cops roll in my dirt, and they will stop every bullet known to man. I'm just trying to keep my face off the screen because I don't want to scare off my few subscribers I have.
Again?
Again. Thanks, Will. I love you too, buddy.
I'm
Now
talking
there's
to
flickers
my
in the background.
Yeah.
See you later, Tyler.
This would literally be, other than the one that Gil responded to earlier about, I was on live stream with Grizz about a year and a half ago, and he was right. I'm impressed with that.
Sorry, guys, I'm gonna have to run off and help my wife with dinner real quick.
Yep.
But nice talking with everyone.
Take it easy. Be
All
safe.
right. Take care.
All right,
Reed.
Take it easy, Reed. Okay. All right, I gotta respond to McCoy's Oak Hill Farm. Okay. My dad, the patents came from Ireland. However, there's also Fournier in there. My grandmother's maiden name was Fournier. On my mom's side, my grandmother's maiden name was Schwartz. And I got Hills, Crumrines. And on my mom's side, actually, we've traced, I'm related to every royal family that ever existed in Europe. So I'm Heinz 57.
I'm Heinz 57, but I got Patrick Swayze as a relative.
Well, geez. I guess we'll forgive you.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know,
Let's all look at funny money.
And
shiny.
Yeah, and apparently her grandkids are coming to live with me, and I got to pay $3 million.
Yep, sure do.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not.
Super excited about that.
Lady who flies around with her personal limousine inside a plane all the time.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to remind you about that.
2,
Wait, let's
3,
switch topics because I will start swearing.
4. Okay, since this live stream started, there's been 5 more earthquakes down there around on the Caribbean plate there, around between from Puerto Rico to the Grand Caymans. Most of all of those have all been 3 and 4 on the Richter scale.
Yeah, those are the aftershocks.
Now, as a person that has only dealt with the tiniest of earthquakes, what's a 3?
All right, CR. All right, earthquakes. Earthquakes are rated on the Richter scale. Each point has 10. Each magnitude point has 10 times the strength of the previous one. So a 3.1 has 10 times the strength to it as a 3.0. But that strength is radiated out in all directions. So, example, the Loma Prieta earthquake in San Francisco that knocked down the Bay Bridge and did all that damage. That was a 6.4, I believe it was. The one that was this afternoon down there between Cuba and Jamaica was 7.7.
We did have an earthquake in my area. I'm going to say about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Nice
I
year.
literally thought it was truck going over the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
That's how small my seismic activity would be here in this area.
Yeah. But here, let me show you something here. Gonna bring it up there. There we go.
Can't show me nothing. I can't see anything.
Can you see on the screen anything? See the map?
Let me try the live comments.
It's not in comments.
I
It's on,
see-
It's on the chat board.
it's not on the chat. It's on the screen.
It's on the main screen.
I don't trust my thumb. I
Okay.
will screw something.
Anyways, but if you look down at Jamaica, halfway between Jamaica and Cuba is where the quake was, and it was felt halfway up through Florida. Yeah.
Well, you got a lot of water between those places, so.
Yeah. So because it went through Cuba and felt more, and then up through there. But yeah. So yeah, they've been that little section down there has been really active today. But
That's not cool.
oh, okay. Well, guys, we're coming up on 2.5 hours here, and it's been a fun chat. We've had some really interesting stuff. So, if anybody hasn't hit the like button, go ahead and hit it before on your way out. Tomorrow night, Dave, SOP, Southern Ohio Prepping has a live stream starting at
9:30.
9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 7:30 Mountain, 6:30.
8:30 my time, Dave.
7:30.
7:30.
7:30. Yeah.
Not
Mountain
smart enough
time.
to figure it out when it's on Canadian time, but
That's what I
I'll
was
be there.
time.
Dave, what's your topic for tomorrow night?
To start with, it'll be open chat for about the first 15-20 minutes until we get it nice and populated. Then I'm going to do my giveaway. Then we're going to talk about the dragon that's roasting the earth.
Okay.
What is the dragon roasting the earth? You can't walk away right now. I need to know that.
Coronavirus.
No, it's not. Jesus.
That's what he's talking about. Why it's not, I bet.
Yep.
Anyways, he's probably going to be more truth than
information out there instead of all this hyperbole that's everybody else.
I will say, anyone who is watching right now, Hoople's preparedness lifestyle.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Hooples.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone knows Hooples.
Hoople's cat.
We
Hoople's
know.
cat.
Meow.
Yeah, Hoople's cat. Meow, meow. He is actually a friend of mine. I have.
Oh, you have my sympathy.
You know what? I tease him all the time about being a vegan socialist. So, but he is dealing with that right now in his hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will say the same thing that Steve said. My friend Hooples isn't running to the hills.
No, there's no reason to run to the
Maybe
hills. That's why
everything's
I'm doing the
okay
video.
right now.
Yeah.
But I've also come across information that's not being fully reported as well, and I will go over that tonight.
I totally agree with that. I'm sitting there. I'm going to work for my friend tomorrow that just came back from Toronto, which Toronto is a tainted place. And I'm going, should I wear a mask around him? Because I, again, am one of these crazy preppers. Which
you need
everyone
to-
says we're all crazy.
Gil, you need to update your map. It's not correct.
Everyone says we're crazy, but I love the
Frustrating.
fact that the people that say we're crazy are also the first people that say, I'm coming to your house.
Yep.
Go
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
People say they're coming to my house, and they said, well, you know what? If you can eat a bullet coming out of a 12 gauge shotgun moving at about 1,600 feet per second, then you can come in the house.
I constantly tell people,
There you go.
you
Yeah.
might have a lead
Oof.
deficiency if you're coming to my house.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
jumped up another 564
Yeah.
in the
It
last
jumped in-
hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it's easier for you to say it because you're allowed to have freaking guns. I'm not.
Actually, no, I'm
Yeah.
not allowed to have any kind of firearms where I'm currently living, which is why this summer, if the world hasn't fallen into complete crap hole, I will be moving
Oh my
Yay.
goodness. Where
into
are
a new
you?
undisclosed location.
I thought America was amazing. Where are
It is.
you? That you're getting screwed over worse than me.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
'cause politicians,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
lifetime politicians. Yes,
Okay.
there is another case in British Columbia.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because realistically,
Yeah.
if you're for the people, be in for your term, another term, and then bugger off. So like
Yeah.
8 years. Bugger off after that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's not what they do. They go to law school and come out and they go to fucking the Congress and stay there their whole life.
Hey, Anna.
Holy crap! Will swore before me.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave, they still don't have the spouse
don't.
in there yet.
No,
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I'm
it's
over that comment.
disgusting what can be done.
Hey, Anna.
It's unfortunate. I agree with you, Will, but this is the system we have.
We're
It's
the only
not
ones
the
that can
system we
actually
deserve, but it's the system we have.
Right.
And I will say there is no difference between you as an American or me as a Canadian.
Nope.
This is the system we have.
Yeah.
We have to take and
It
work with what we
sucks.
can.
Yeah, we're the only ones that can change it. We have to vote to change the laws, and unless everybody votes the same, then you're just stuck with what you got.
Well, let's not get into that because I grew up right beside Toronto, and I can't vote Toronto.
Yeah.
And there's reasons that I will say comments that are not allowed on YouTube.
I think
Anyways, I'm gonna go, guys, because
All righty.
set stuff off. Thanks for watching, guys.
See
All
ya,
right.
Daryl. Take it easy.
Okay. And so after Dave's tomorrow with his giveaway on Friday, the Friday night special, we are going to be bringing up some more information on the Wuhan coronavirus, some stuff that is not being reported on the mainstream media, and so we're getting more information for that as it goes along. And
Friday afternoon at 1:00.
and so Will's on at 1 o'clock. You going to 1 now, Will?
Fridays have always been at 1:00.
Yep.
All right,
3
Friday
o'clock.
at 1. That's right, Friday at 1, and then I'll be on at 8 o'clock on Friday night. Then Saturday, Will's on at 3. I'm on at 5, and Dave's on at 7:30 Mountain Time. Those are Mountain Standard Times we're giving out right now. Mountain Standard Time.
I'm not at ever.
So East Coast add 2 hours to that. So that's what we got going for the schedule for the rest of the week here.
No
And
problem, Bill. We're glad you joined us.
yeah.
Look for your notifications. They'll be out there, guys.
Okay. Oh, Ryder Dust, you have a whole bunch of links on it. Cool.
Southern Ontario,
Hey,
you're the
Ryder
same-
Dust, if you want to come join us on Friday night, you're more than welcome to. Alrighty,
I'm thinking
everyone.
about changing my tag to Crazy Canadian
All right,
Preferences.
I'm out of here, guys.
All right, Will.
Thank
See you
Will.
later.
Yeah, well.
Later.
And everyone, it's been